It's our final segment of the Screen Team, and we're going to review the new movie in theaters called Two Guns. It's a 2013 American action film which stars Denzel Washington and Marky Mark Wahlberg. All right, Jake, what'd you think of it, man?
Marky Mark. Actually, Mark Wahlberg, I'm always back and forth on his performances in movies. This was one of the better ones. Mm-hmm. The only movie I can really think I didn't like him in was Ted. So I just all around did not like that movie. And I'm usually a fan of that kind of humor, but just no.
As we said before, if you've seen the trailer, you saw the best parts of the film.
Exactly. But Two Guns, Denzel Washington also really good in that movie. Does his best Denzel stuff. Denzel action movie stuff. Yeah. He plays the part. He's a character actor. You know, he plays the same character all the time. So
yeah, it's true.
I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it does the action movie thing better than most franchises have tried to recover, like with the Die Hard, the most two recent Die Hard movies. I haven't seen the latter of which, but I think it's just kind of played out, you know, that whole story. But I think they did a really good job. It's based on a graphic novel. I can't remember what it's called. Something Boom. But boom!
It just says based on a graphic novel series of the same name published by Boom Studios.
Oh, okay.
So it's called Two Guns.
Two Guns. So it really does. It treated me the same way as Boondock Saints does. Really, it's kind of the buddy killer. You know, hit guys are really good at what they're doing. Movie. Mark Wahlberg, actually, his character has so many good lines, and he's just so, you know, BA in this movie, you know what I mean? And then there's just so many moments to where it's just, you think the bad guys got him, and then just boom, right out of nowhere, without even thinking, they just know exactly what to do.
Yeah, I mean, without giving too much away, I mean, the bad guy, and there's several different bad guys in this film, the bad guys have these two characters whipped in every way possible. It's like, how are they going to get out of this? And I'm not giving up anything. They get out of it, you know? It's just, it's pretty cool, man, that these guys can do that. So
a lot of ingenuity, a lot of MacGyver-style situations.
Yes. Very true. Very true. All right, Chelsea, Two Guns, you a fan?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool, although I had some people in there that kept shushing me every time I'd laugh. But
really?
Yeah, it was pretty rude.
Maybe you should, you know, be more accommodating to other folks in the theater.
Hey, listen, I just ate my popcorn loudly, and but I really liked the movie. I thought it was pretty comical, and you know, it was a refreshing, you know, I'm a bad guy kind of thing, but it wasn't like hardcore. It was comical. I liked it.
So, are you a fan of Mark Wahlberg? Because I know a lot of ladies aren't.
It just depends on what he's in. I didn't really like him in like the other guys with Will Ferrell. I didn't think he did good in that one. And I'm like Jake, I didn't really care for Ted either, you know, which I didn't care for the whole movie, not just Mark. I just didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's been okay, which I haven't seen a whole lot with him in it anyway, so I don't really have like a full-blown opinion. So
after the film, Jake, you said that this film had everything. It had action. It had funny lines. It had cheese in it. It had everything that makes an action film what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, a summer blockbuster action movie, what it should be. It reminded me a lot in ways of the first Lethal Weapon movie, like the first time I watched the first Lethal Weapon movie. It had these two guys are working together because they have to, but they're resenting doing that. I mean, they're forced in the situation where they have to work together or else they're both dead, you know what I mean? But they end up doing it and doing it rather well. Right. And that's like the formula the first Lethal Weapon movie formed in 48 hours. And there's so many buddy cop movies that do it. And you know what? The formula never gets old. You know what I mean?
You're right.
If it's performed in different ways. I know I've always got to nerd out on visual effects. This movie, I was happy to not see a whole lot of CGI. I'm totally all about
amen, brother, right here. Look at that.
Camera effects, the pixel. You can't show off a pixel in real life, or you can't get bootlegs of a certain gun in pixels on eBay. You know what I mean? For guys that collect movie props and replicas and stuff like that. Right. So there's not a whole lot you can take home, but it's all relatable. It's all, you know. It's of course it's set in a real world setting, common day. My favorite bad guy had to be. What was it, Poppy something, played by Edward James Olmos, who's just he's one of my favorite B movie actors, or just TV and B list movie actors. He was the lieutenant on Miami Vice. He's been on Dexter. He's been on a lot of stuff. So
Also, Bill Paxton was in it as well. He was
Yes.
kind of a dirty guy too.
Oh,
man.
he was a really good at the bad guy character. Is like, I'm so bad that nothing can touch me. You
Right,
know what I
exactly.
mean?
I had a lot of fun with this film. Usually when I go see films, I'm in the mode of critiquing. I'm like, okay, this is wrong with it, that's wrong with it, blah blah blah. And when I got done with this film, I got home and Sabrina's like, so how was the film? I was like, I really liked it, man. So she's like, you had fun. I'm like, yeah,
Because I was there.
No, it had nothing to do with that. But that's what movies are supposed to do. They're supposed to be fun. They're supposed to entertain you, and I feel this film did that. And I would definitely recommend it to folks to go see and have a good time.
Exactly. And
Both you guys agree?
I do
agree
agree
too. PG-13 rating on that one, right?
I thought it was rated R.
I think it's rated R,
Is
man.
it rated R?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it had a whole lot of R content, but it did have a little bit. So there is some nudity in it. So
yeah, it's rated R, dude.
it's rated R. It did have some nudity in it, but it didn't have a whole lot of. I don't remember a lot of F-bombs, but I don't know.
Yeah. Like with the nudity, it was just like, really? I mean, I'm not complaining.
It was
but
unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. I was like, that's awesome. But why do you have your shirt off in this scene? That's cool. That's cool. All right.
It was unnecessary, totally. It had nothing to do with the story.
Which I think is very funny that two guys are saying that scene was unnecessary.
I
was like,
yeah.
movies! So I liked the scene. I thought it was very necessary.
Always disagreeing with us, man.
It's my job.
Just out of spite.
Oh, man. Two Guns, man. You can find it in theaters. Give it a chance, okay? Jake, dude, thank you so much for being on the Screen Team. We appreciate you.
Oh, I had a lot of fun doing it, man.
Definitely come back. We appreciate you. Chelsea, as always, we appreciate you as well. Screen Team is going to be off for a couple weeks, and we're going to come back on August the 31st. And Sabrina, she's picked some movies for us, and I'm kind of scared of them, but
No, don't be scared.
we'll give them a chance.
Embrace them.
And see how they are. Her personal pick is I Am Legend, the movie back from about 10 years ago with Will Smith.
Really, that long?
I think so, yeah. I think so, man.
I don't think it was 10 years.
I'm going to look it up.
Because I watched it and I was in the 11th grade the first time in the 11th grade, so that's not 10 years ago.
The first time.
Sometimes you can keep things to yourself.
Listen,
you know?
the 11th grade is hard.
All right. I was off. It was 2007, but it's close, man, right?
No?
What is that? Like 8 years?
That's
9?
6 years ago, so I mean,
It's halfway
it's
there.
on the back half of a decade.
Yes. Score 2 points from me. Her DVD pick is Great Gatsby, and her theatrical release is Planes. So that's coming at you August 31st. Right here on the Screen Team and Today's Talk 930 KWOC. Want to remind folks we'll be celebrating our 3rd anniversary on September the 7th, so be listening for that as well. And you can listen to the Screen Team on Facebook and check out our videos on Facebook and YouTube as well. For Jake, Chelsea, and Chris, we are the Screen Team on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.